What's up, legends? Welcome back to the Nexus. We're kicking things off with Orlando City SC and a massive international break that could define their season. Can the Lions roar back into form after a tough stretch and capitalize on this much-needed rest, or will the pressure of the playoff race crack them? We're diving deep into what this break means for Oscar Perge's squad and their fight for a top spot in the East. Next up, we're heading to the Middle East, where Iran's nuclear program is once again at the center of international attention. Tehran has struck a new cooperation framework with the UN's nuclear watchdog, the IAEA. But the big question is, will this deal be enough to prevent European powers from reimposing crippling snapback sanctions before the deadline? We're breaking down the details and what it means for global security. Then, we journey to Beijing for a powerful commemoration at the National Museum of China. An incredible exhibition has opened, shining a spotlight on the international friends who bravely supported China during its war of resistance against Japanese aggression. Featuring over 700 artifacts and photographs, this exhibit revisits those dark times and celebrates the deep bonds of friendship forged in the fires of conflict. And finally, a seismic shift in the political landscape. The International Committee of the Fourth International proudly announces the establishment of the Socialist Equality Party, the Socialist Equality Party, as its new section in Turkey. This marks a historic moment for Trotskyism in the region, signaling a new era of international socialist revolution. We've got all the details on their founding Congress and what this means for the global struggle. Stay with us and make sure you're subscribed and have that bell turned on. Orlando City faces a critical crossroads after international break. Orlando City SC finds itself at a pivotal moment, with a crucial international break offering a much-needed respite and a chance to regroup. After a string of tough losses, including disappointing performances against direct Eastern Conference rivals like Nashville SC and a significant defeat in the Leagues Cup, the Lions have been a difficult watch for their fans. The break arrives at a critical juncture, as the team's quest for silverware in the U.S. Open Cup and Leagues Cup has concluded, placing increased pressure on their MLS playoff performance. Last season, Orlando City came agonizingly close to an MLS Cup final appearance, and despite losing key players, the current squad possesses significant offensive potential. However, with several key players facing contract uncertainties and the championship window potentially closing, every match becomes paramount. Currently sitting fifth in the Eastern Conference, Orlando City is in a precarious position. While only 3 points separate them from third place, they are also precariously close to the playoff cutoff, with several teams having games in hand. The remaining schedule is a gauntlet featuring matchups against DC United, Nashville SC, Cincinnati, Columbus Crew, Vancouver Whitecaps, and Toronto FC. These games are against teams either directly competing for playoff spots or strong opponents who have already proven challenging this season. The international break provides Oscar Perge's squad with a vital opportunity to recover physically and mentally, refocus their strategies, and address the issues that plagued them in recent weeks. The quality of their upcoming opponents means that Orlando City must be at their absolute best to secure a favorable playoff position. This period off the field will reveal whether the Lions are a truly great team capable of performing under pressure or merely a good one. The community is buzzing with anticipation, with fans eager to see if the Lions can translate this period of rest into tangible results and prove their championship aspirations. Analysts are closely watching to see if the team can overcome recent form and navigate the challenging schedule ahead. Don't go anywhere, because the stakes are only getting higher. Next, we're diving into a tense international standoff as Iran's nuclear deal hangs in the balance. Iran's nuclear deal, a race against time to avert sanctions. In a development that has injected a sliver of cautious optimism into global nuclear diplomacy, Iran has reached a new technical cooperation framework with the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA. This agreement, forged in Cairo between Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi, aims to pave the way for resumed inspections and greater transparency regarding Iran's nuclear program. However, the critical question remains whether this accord is substantial enough to dissuade European powers, collectively known as the E3, Britain, France, and Germany, from reimposing UN snapback sanctions. The E3 have repeatedly warned that failure to restore full IAEA access and disclose enriched uranium stockpiles by the end of September will trigger the automatic reinstatement of sanctions. This move could significantly complicate any future diplomatic efforts and further isolate Iran. While Grossi described the agreement as an important step in the right direction, diplomats and analysts emphasize that its true significance hinges on swift implementation and tangible disclosures, rather than prolonged negotiations or further delays. Iran's Foreign Minister Arakchi has already issued a warning. Iran will withdraw from the pact if sanctions are reimposed or if any hostile act occurs. President Masoud Pezeshkian has echoed this sentiment, stating Tehran will not compromise on its sovereignty. Experts like Eric Brewer from the Nuclear Threat Initiative caution that snapback sanctions, while potentially slowing Iran's nuclear ambitions, may not ultimately halt them. He highlights the possibility of Iran establishing smaller, dispersed enrichment facilities to continue producing weapons-grade uranium. The worst-case scenario, though deemed unlikely, involves Iran withdrawing from the Nuclear Nonproliferation Treaty, NPT, a process that can take 90 days. Supporters of engagement with the West view the IAEA deal as a crucial step towards a new nuclear agreement with the United States. Conversely, hardliners in Iran are critical, accusing the IAEA of spying for Israel. The diplomatic window is rapidly narrowing, and the international community is watching closely to see if this fragile agreement can indeed avert a larger crisis and prevent the return of punitive sanctions. Public reaction is divided, with proponents of diplomacy hoping for de-escalation and critics fearing further Iranian intransigence. Analysts are closely monitoring the IAEA's verification process and the E3's response to determine the effectiveness of this new framework. But the world stage isn't the only place where history is being made. Next, we travel to China for a look at enduring international friendships forged in times of conflict. A legacy of friendship, China honors international allies at National Museum. On September 9th, the National Museum of China in Beijing opened its doors to a deeply moving exhibition titled Commemorating International Friends Who Supported China During the War of Resistance Against Japanese Aggression. This powerful display, featuring over 700 photographs and historical artifacts, offers a profound glimpse into the harrowing years of war and celebrates the extraordinary international friendships that were forged through shared sacrifice and courage. The exhibition revisits the tumultuous period of China's struggle against Japanese invasion, a time when the nation faced immense hardship and external aggression. It meticulously documents the contributions and solidarity shown by individuals and groups from around the globe who stood with China, offering humanitarian aid, military support, and unwavering moral backing. These international allies, from diverse backgrounds and nations, risked their own safety and livelihoods to support China's fight for survival and sovereignty. Through compelling visual storytelling, the exhibition highlights personal narratives, diplomatic efforts, and acts of bravery that underscore the profound human connections that transcend borders. Visitors are presented with a rich tapestry of history, illustrating how shared ideals and a common enemy fostered deep bonds of friendship and mutual respect. The display serves not only as a historical record, but also as a testament to the enduring power of international cooperation and humanitarian spirit in the face of adversity. This exhibition has resonated deeply with visitors and the public, drawing significant attention for its poignant portrayal of wartime camaraderie and international solidarity. It serves as a vital reminder of the global support China received during its darkest hours and reinforces the importance of commemorating these historical alliances. The event is seen as a crucial educational initiative, fostering a greater understanding of China's history and the value of international friendship. From historical alliances to modern political movements, the world is constantly evolving. Get ready for a major announcement that could reshape the political landscape in Turkey. A new era for Trotskyism, Socialist Equality Party founded in Turkey. The International Committee of the Fourth International ICFI has officially welcomed the establishment of the Socialist Equality Party, Dördüncü International, Socialist Equality Party, Fourth International, as its new Turkish section. This momentous occasion, culminating in the party's founding Congress in Istanbul from June 13–15, 2025, marks the first time a party in Turkey is based on the internationalist program and principles of Trotskyism. The journey to this point has been a systematic process of theoretical, historical, and political clarification, significantly guided by the late comrade Halil Selik. His commitment to building the ICFI's Turkish section stemmed from years of struggle against opportunist tendencies, leading to the formation of the Socialist Equality Grubu, Socialist Equality Group, in 2018. Halil's dedication included translating major ICFI publications into Turkish, laying crucial groundwork for socialist consciousness among workers and youth in a country historically influenced by Stalinism, Maoism, and nationalist ideologies. Following Halil's passing, a cadre of dedicated socialists continued his work, submitting an application to join the ICFI in 2022. Their resolution emphasized the necessity of an international perspective for building a revolutionary party and identified international socialist revolution as the only solution to Turkey's critical geopolitical and class struggle challenges. The ICFI approved the transformation of the group into the Socialist Equality Party in April 2025, following a rigorous review of its foundational documents. Ulaş Sevinç, the national chairman of the newly formed SEP, stated in a video announcement that the party is part of the World Party of Socialist Revolution, rejecting all forms of nationalism and fighting for the international unity of workers. The SEP asserts that fundamental global problems stem from capitalism and require international solutions, advocating for a federation of world workers' states as an alternative to the nation-state system that leads to war. They specifically address the ongoing genocide in Gaza and the Kurdish question as issues that can only be resolved through a socialist federation of the Middle East, achieved via revolutionary mobilization. The party unequivocally rejects the lesser evil policy and class collaborationist, Popular Front politics, stressing the political independence of the working class. They call on workers and youth to build the SEP as their revolutionary party, standing in the tradition of classical Marxism and the October Revolution. The formation of the SEP in Turkey is seen as extending the Trotskyist movement's work into a strategically vital region, poised to inspire workers, youth, and intellectuals across the Middle East, Central Asia, and Africa. This development has generated significant discussion within socialist circles and beyond, with many viewing it as a pivotal moment for the international Trotskyist movement and a potential catalyst for renewed class struggle in Turkey and the broader region. And that's just a taste of the incredible stories we've covered today. We'll be right back with a lightning round recap and all the ways you can stay connected with Legends Nexus. We've got a packed show today. Orlando City SC faces a critical test during their international break. Iran's nuclear deal with the IAEA is under scrutiny as sanctions loom. China is honoring its international wartime friends at the National Museum, and the Socialist Equality Party has officially launched in Turkey, marking a significant moment for Trotskyism. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to Legends Nexus for more incredible stories, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Plus, let us know your thoughts on today's news in the comments below, and follow us on all our social media channels to stay connected. We'll see you next time.